Okay. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, So Unnecessary. My name is Tyler Egan, and if you're new here, we're going to try something different. Drop a comment down below. Let me know your name and an interesting fact about you. I'll share one about myself first. I thought that was going to do something else. I don't like cleaning. I don't like it at all, although, interestingly enough, if I don't keep my apartment, my car, things like that tidy, it drives me nuts. I don't like cleaning yet. It drives me absolutely insane if I don't clean. It's kind of an interesting... Is that a paradox? I don't know. Anyway, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I just had the idea of sharing... I'm about to meal prep for the week. It's Sunday. Whenever this is going to be uploaded, I don't know. But I'm meal prepping. I figured I would share my meal prepping with you all and just kind of give like a life update. I've been posting a lot of content lately. If you are not new here, then you might have watched my video on why I took a 5-month, and there would be links to these things if you want to check them out, but why I took a 5-month-long break from social media and why I quit personal training, which kind of gave me an idea of like where I was at in my life. But now what I'm gonna do is actually just share what's going on, like in the thick of it, like what's really going on. Not like, here's why I disappeared for 5 months. Like, no. We'll talk about what's actually going on right now. And if you want, which I'm probably just gonna do, I'll just share like I'm meal prepping. I got. Well, so let's just start there. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Let's just start there. So I'm meal prepping and life update. So the life update right now is that I am meal prepping. If that doesn't help at all. I got Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, broccoli. What is that? Is that a pound of beef? I don't know. 2 pounds of beef and a piece of salmon. I just cooked a bunch of rice in the Instapot. Game changer, though, by the way. If you guys don't have an Instapot or a pressure cooker, whatever this is considered, absolute game changer. Totally get one. But yeah, so I'm meal prepping these things. Right now, like I just started doing this last week where I am not eating breakfast. I'm intermittent fasting. I'm only eating dinner. I decided I had like an impromptu calling, if you will. I had like a calling, okay? That's what I actually call it. But for some reason I get really weird when I start making videos and I start speaking differently. So last week I had the idea came to me to start fasting, and the first day I did it, like I just had so much mental clarity. It's been a while since I fasted, so if you haven't been around at all, I don't even know why I did this with the fish first. Fish is usually like the last thing I cook. I've done fasting before. I was an in-person trainer for a few years. I've tried all the things, or not all the things, but I tried a lot of different things. Diet-wise, food-wise, relationship to food-wise. And so I decided to go back to fasting. I've done a lot of fasting in the past, and it just felt amazing. That and first life update, which ties into the meal prepping and why there's this is me prepping for the week. Why there's not that much food here, all things considered, or at least for me typically. I am really broke, and I actually am going to change my wording on that. I've been in a financial rut the last year or so, as I shift gears in my life, change seasons, and figure out what my next moves are, where the direction of my life is going. So because of that, I'm in a weird financial spot, and it actually is extremely financially beneficial to stop eating breakfast. And it doesn't have a negative impact on me, whereas in the past, and with some of the clients I worked with in the past, I totally wouldn't recommend intermittent fasting for people. But anyway, that's not why we're here. So yeah, I am in a tough financial spot, where I've had to ask my parents for help a few times over the last year, which is kind of, interestingly enough, second life update, I guess. A lot of the work I've been doing lately in my life on myself has been deeper deeper like internal work on past traumas. Chop those guys up a little bit more. Past traumas like childhood trauma, healing my relationship with my family, with just like my relationship to myself, my relationship to women, not any one particular woman, but just like how I view them. Oh my God, here's an interesting one. Because, you know, as soon as I say that, I'm like, oh, great, someone's going to think I'm sexist or I'm a whatever they call toxic masculine people these days. I've also been working on my relationship with men, like, and healing that. You know, a different way I would actually phrase it to myself while I'm saying it is healing my relationship with just masculine energy as a whole, like my own masculine energy, because it's not just like men and women outside of me. It's a lot to do with inside of me. So what that kind of looks like is, man, I had just been really tapping into like raw animalistic instinct lately in my workouts and training, and like pushing myself to new boundaries, and also honoring the fact that I have limitations, unfortunately. So that's kind of where that's been at. So again, the financial thing I've been working on has helped me heal a lot of like emotional wounds that I had with legitimately everything in my life. So that's been pretty cool. So to tie that all in, that's why I'm not eating all that much here. This is just for one meal. So I got broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, a little variety, my serving of fish for the week. And interestingly enough, last week was the first time I had fish in a while. One of the things I've been doing, again, to kind of come back to healing my relationship with myself, is healing my relationship with food. It's like literally everything in a way, but healing my relationship with food. And one of the ways I've been doing that is just listening to my body, like when I want to eat, instead of forcing food down the old gullet. I think that's how the phrase goes. So that's been really cool too. That's kind of where the fasting thing came from. So it started back in the end of last summer, when I stopped eating 17 meals a day, and instead would only eat like 2 meals a day when I was hungry, and then eat some Ben and Jerry's sometimes. So that was pretty cool. It's really just been like a massive working on my relationship with my own body has been really cool. Why did they do this? These silly wankers. Who do you think you are? Take that rubber band. Yeah, so where else are we going with that? So yeah, I got these fruits, vegetables, and I've been working my relationship with my foods, with food. Like how I view food. I guess maybe I could talk about that a little bit. Like how I view food. Like not using it as an escape in any way, shape, or form. And that's pretty cool, because a lot of the clients I worked with in the past taught me so much. Oh, I guess that's another thing I could kind of talk about. It's just like MME, like where I'm going with business and stuff like that. Because I was talking about earlier, like my own sense of direction in life. So this will be cool to kind of talk about too. But anyway, where was I going with that? Where was I going with that? It's important, it'll come back. Oh, but yeah, so like how I like view my relationship with food and everything. A lot of the clients I worked with in the past, you know, they would come to me and it wouldn't just be like they need to work out more. They need to eat better. Like, of course, those things are great, but and necessary, but there's levels to the game of health, if you will. Like if you just, I don't know how you view it, but if you view health and wellness as a game for a moment, there's levels to it, right? Like if you play Mario or Super Mario or something, or even Tetris for that matter, like a simple game everybody knows, there's different levels which change the difficulty. Not necessarily to say that your health can be more difficult, but I guess it can be, and that's actually kind of exactly what I'm saying. Because like first it starts with, okay, I just need to exercise more. And then you get to the next level, which is, okay, I've done the exercise thing, I'm eating better, but I'm still not losing weight. What's coming next? And it's like, oh, my relationship with food is pretty bad. So then it's like, okay, well, if my relationship with food kind of sucks, what's that doing? And that could be sending, that could be like the thoughts you have. You're about to eat, even if it's a good, healthy meal, you're about to eat dinner or something, and you feel grateful for all of the food that you have, right? And then you feel guilty because there's people starving in Africa. Like, this is actually something one of my clients used to say. Like, she had this, like, how do I want to put this? Almost like a thought process, or she like heard her own mom in her head, and was her perception of it, but like, not to demean it by saying that, but in her mind, her mom was guilting her for her having delicious food and the blessing of a full belly, if you will. And meanwhile, there's starving kids in Africa. So she didn't eat some food. She would hear her mom saying, oh, well, there's starving kids in Africa. Eat your dinner, type of thing. So it's like she's feeling guilty instead of just being grateful for the food that she has. And so the more and more I worked with people like this, taking them deeper into their own psychological framework around food, said differently, their own what's it called? Relationship with food, the more I had to evaluate my own, because a friend of mine, I heard her say this, so I can't take credit for what I'm about to say, but you can only meet people as deeply as you can meet yourself. And it's like, if I'm not looking at my own relationship with food and my self-image and my self-talk, all these deeper concepts I'll talk about, or I did talk about and do talk about, how can I help anybody else with it? So I started just like evaluate these things. And while I guess on the surface, some of my relationship with food and whatnot, working out, it looks good. There's always room for improvement, and I think we would all agree upon that, right? Like, even if you have made it in a certain area of your life, like you have the financial means you're looking for, there's still other areas of your life that you can improve upon. And so I had to constantly keep checking myself with that kind of thing. It's like, okay, cool, I can help people with their nutrition, help them lose weight, but there's a cap on that if I don't continue to work on myself. So with all that being said, working with a lot of my clients in the past really taught me a lot of self-awareness and going deeper within myself. So to kind of pull that full circle for a moment, is the worst part about me cooking. Oh, that's not where you want to go. I make a mess. Go full circle on that. What was I going to grab? I got that. To go full circle on that, to kind of lead me to the state of where I'm at now. Business-wise, from the beginning, now I got to give you guys the whole story. From the beginning of my time getting into personal training, there was always a vision that I had of me. Come on, work for me. I've always wanted to create like a health and wellness platform where you can come and learn everything and anything you could possibly need to learn about health and well-being. And again, like I was saying, there's levels to this stuff, right? So like maybe you just need to start working out. That's great. There will be workouts there for you. And then also maybe you're ready to go to the next level and like there's emotional trauma you want to heal, or you want to develop a healthier mindset, with yourself, develop a healthier mindset with your relationship with food, like whatever it is. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. Usually I have like a whole routine, and the video is throwing me off here. I usually start with what I'm baking, and that's the Brussels sprouts in this case. So anyway, where was I going with that? So yeah, from the beginning, I had this vision for a platform, and now I've been getting back to that, the initial vision. Now, with that being said, like I said, there's so many layers to this stuff, to health and wellness, that I had to go to the next layer in my own journey, and that was like I kept running into a cap with the clients I was working with, whether it was online or in person, that I couldn't guide them past a certain point, and that's because there was blocks in my own psyche. You know, I had limiting beliefs around what was potential, what was possible. Not just, but most importantly for myself, but that would trickle into the way I coached people. So then I had to start working around those. I couldn't see this at the time. Now it's easy for me to talk about. But my personal training business basically fell apart, and it was cool. I mean, it kind of sucked, but like now looking at it, hindsight's always 20/20. It was very beneficial. So doing more of the inner work on myself, that's led me to where I'm at today. And that's just helping people through the same thing, helping people, guide people through, you know, healing emotional trauma. And, you know, because that goes into living like a thriving life, which is what I would call wellness, right? So well-being, right? Because we are human beings, and like, I mean, I don't know about y'all. I want to fucking thrive while I'm here on earth. I'm going to die at some point, but I don't want to die a slow and painful ass death, which is the life I was living for a long time. You know, I was drinking myself to sleep every night, eating like shit on the weekends, and then waking up feeling like shit. I'm like, I wonder why. Well, I totally wouldn't have laughed at myself back then, but now it's funny to say. Like, bro, you're literally doing it to yourself. Anyway, I digress there. So to come back full circle on MME, my last personal training client left working with me. It was a mutual departure, like we agreed upon it. She left back in like May. So she stuck with me as I was going through all these downfalls of everything, which was cool. And when she left MME, like it kind of showed me a few things. Like, well, for starters, that I needed to, it gave me an opportunity to work on the front end things that I usually neglect, for lack of a better phrase. Some of the business, the front end business type of thing. So like financial systems and onboarding systems and all kinds of stuff like that. So I had the opportunity to work on that, and it's all kind of ready to go to actually bring more people on. So with that, I've been slowly, I guess it's really not all that slow when I say it out loud. I've been like getting back into marketing on a grander scale. So, you know, making the YouTube videos. I have an MME YouTube channel. I mean, I've separated myself from the business so like I can make my own content here and then make business content. Because let me tell you something, that was interesting. Like my mind trying to separate me from the business. It was an interesting experience because I'm doing all this work from home. So it's like when I get home at night, I also have the association of my house as a stressful place because I'm working there. So that was interesting to learn and navigate, and how to structure my mind around that so that I could do it in a healthy fashion instead of like a self-destructive fashion, which is kind of what I was doing. Damn, it's getting toasty in this bitch. It's also... So then anyway, that was kind of cool. So like now I'm at a space where I'm starting to put out there that I'm taking on members, to bring members into the MME community. And my focus right now is just working with people one-on-one. Long term, my plan for MME is, again, the platform, as I mentioned. It's kind of like a glorified Netflix for health and well-being, but it'll have like a community involvement in it. Instead of like Netflix, you just kind of watch what you watch and that's it. This will have like, we have community events, and everybody who joins MME will get access to those. And I plan on, when I have the what's the word I'm looking for here? When I have the resources, my plan is to my plan is to have like different tiers, different memberships. So there'll be 3 different memberships. The first one will get you access to all of our exclusive content. The second one will get you access to our exclusive content plus the community events. And then the third level will get you access to both the exclusive content. Let me turn that fan on. The exclusive content, the live events, and then one-on-one access with me. Right now, I'm just starting with the one-on-one access to me. Because there's still a lot I want to learn before shifting my focus. There's still a lot I want to learn about just helping people heal their trauma. because like even as a personal trainer, there was still so much I had to learn to help people with their body, because there's so much I don't know. What are we gonna do here? I guess I'm starting with a fish today, since this is all off the cuff. Hot potato. So yeah, anyway, that's just where I'm starting with it. Helping people one-on-one. Building that out, and when I have the resources, start opening because I actually tried to do this with my personal training business, was have different levels to my services, and it was really challenging to do, given the criteria that I was putting out there. I don't know if that makes sense. Kind of makes sense to me. So anyway, I digress there. That's kind of where MME's at, where I'm at. I was talking about a lot of the stuff I was talking about. But yeah, I mean, it's all cool. And then come on, who's your daddy? There we go. Apparently I am. I don't know, I'm trying to think like what else is going on in life. Oh, I've been running the last 2 days. There's a trail on my way to work. So actually that's a good place to start, and then I'll come back to the running thing. So I ended up at the end of last summer, like in a sense I quit personal training. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I went back to the career job I started out in, which was a press operator for a label manufacturing company. So I just operate a big old machine, and I produce labels all day. It has its ups and downs. But so anyway, I went back to doing that, and that was kind of cool. It's taught me so much, like how to let go of control, because I'm operating this really intricate and complex machine. And in the company I work for, the owner has always bought printing presses from like the 70s or 80s, so they're very mechanical. The one I'm operating is not. It's very like computer driven, and so it's a different situation. And because of that, there's so many things that are out of my control, out of the company's control, et cetera, et cetera. And that's just kind of the nature of life, right? But it's the nature of the business too, the type of industry that I'm working in. And so it's just taught me how to let go of so much control, which has in turn helped me understand, or not helped me understand, but helped me let go of control in like my own business. Because even though I am making the decisions and setting the pace of direction that I want the business to go, it's like everything is still out of my control. I still have to let go of that control and trust in the universe to bring the people, the places, the things into my life at the right times, which is infuriating. Absolutely infuriating. I mean, even just yesterday, I was filming some videos for MME, and like I filmed a 25-minute long fucking video. Oh my god, I was so pissed off. 25-minute long video just to find out the mic wasn't working. Oh, I was so infuriated. And you know, I have, even on this, the microphone I'm using, there's like a receiver plugged into my phone right now, and I need the converter wire for the iPhone. So everything past like the iPhone 5 or whatever had a different charger, so you need that conversion thing so it fits in the headphone jack. So it turns out, oh hey now, it turns out that the wire I had was bad. So after a 25-minute long video, messing around with it, and then filming another 10-minute long video, I had to go buy a whole new wire, which was whatever it was. Nah, I was pissed off. But like in that case, like I had to kind of tie it all in. Like I had to let go of control. Like it was something out of my control. And even though I'm working for myself, I guess there's, not that I'm about to say this makes a lot of sense. I have like a psychological belief. I have an unconscious belief in a sense, although now I'm making it conscious by saying this. I have an unconscious belief that like working for myself gives me more control. And in a sense, it does, but there's still so much out of my control. So learning how to navigate that's been really interesting. Business is not for the faint of heart, that's for damn sure. So, right, so the job thing. So my job is teaching me that in a way. And now I have like real world application with a machine that's just like, oh my God, this is like yesterday as I was getting frustrated with the microphone wire. I'm like, oh my God, this is just like running the press at work. So it was really cool. And then, yeah, we're not eating that. You can go fuck yourself, piece of Brussels sprout. So yeah, I've been having this urge, this desire to, I guess it is a desire. I didn't make that connection before. This desire to start running, even though I don't normally run. I usually opt away from it. So I decided to stop at this trail near work. It's like 15 minutes away from my house. Yesterday morning, I was like, I'm gonna go for an early morning run. And it was pretty cool, you know, like I actually really enjoyed it. This path is, this trail has two trails. There's like a cement one, and then one that's actually going through the wooded area that the trail's in. So one's more nature-based, and then one's more, you know, cement roads and shit. So I naturally chose the route for that was more nature inclined, and it was awesome. Like I just kind of got that little runner's high situation going on. It was a cool challenge for me because I typically don't run that often, and what I learned is I have the endurance to run. Like I could probably run for miles. It's just I don't have the muscular endurance, if that makes sense. So my cardio, my heart rate can handle it, but my muscles can't, like my calves and my hip flexors. So I have a new way to train, baby, which is cool. So, okay, that's Gucci. Let's get the fish out of here. I think I'm just going to use the same pan to cook these vegetables. Hot potato. So yeah, I decided to start running yesterday, and then what I've decided is I'm going to make it like a weekend thing. I just don't have enough time in the day during the week to do it, which infuriates me because I want to, but it also is cool. So I think I covered all the important stuff in my life. I'm playing a lot of Pokemon, so that's cool too. I just so taking that break from social media and like really looking inward at myself and the things that I want in my life and what's blocking me and all the things, like it really led to like a lot of, actually before I continue on this, how long have I been filming this? Oh my God, we're almost at like 30 minutes. So I might actually start wrapping this up because I don't want to make these videos as long anymore. But the one thing I'll just say is like all the work I did do led to me doing a lot of like inner child work on myself. And I have a Pokemon tattoo right here. Got it in like 2016. And Pokemon has always been something I've thoroughly enjoyed. Now, when I started getting into business, like I listened to all the people talking about like, here's how to make money and grind and stuff like that. Like sell stuff on eBay and whatnot. And it was cool because like I needed to hear it in a way, to hear possibilities. Actually, before I continue, whenever I typically like to say a prayer as I'm cooking, especially when I'm dealing with an animal. It's dead flesh in my hands, like to thank it for the sacrifice it gave me, the nutrients it provides, because this beef is Force of Nature's ancestral blend, so they have like liver and kidneys in it too. So there's a lot of nutrients in here. And I don't know if this sounds weird, but I really like to connect with my food before I eat it. I really try to buy local to, not try to, I typically do. My grocery store gets a lot of local produce, which is awesome. But yeah, anyway, so the break I took led to a lot of inner child work I did, and recognizing that I was, while building this business, building MME is kind of It is something I'm doing for my inner child because I don't want to work for somebody else, and I've always been like that. In pursuit of that, I began to lose sight of myself. And so I kind of took a step backwards through it all. As I was doing all this deeper work, I realized that there was like anger inside of me directed at myself because I sold all my stuff in like 2019, 2020. I sold all of my Pokemon games. And to give you guys context as to how like important this was to me, I had a game at the time. I mean, I have it now again, but I had one of the games that I was so devoted to back in like the 2014, 15, 16, whatever it was, that I logged over 600 hours on this game. It was insane. I spent so much time with the Pokemon on there, and this there's competitive Pokemon battling, and it's a whole topic for a different day. It took so much time and energy for me to train the Pokemon in the game, and over 600 hours, and I was like mad at myself for getting rid of everything. I got rid of my DS, my 3DS, all the games that I had with it. Luckily, I sold it to my younger brother, and he didn't really play it much. So when I was doing all this work, I'm like, let me see if Eric is my brother's name, has the stuff still, and he'd be willing to sell it back to me. So he did for the same price that I sold it to him for, and it was amazing because like I got like all like the Pokemon. And just like there's like this nostalgic feeling, and I remember buying it back from him, going there and getting it and bringing it home. Like I just got the chills sent down my spine because I was so excited to reconnect with that part of myself. And then since then, I've been playing Pokemon when I can, and finding the balance in my life between like working hard, between like at my physical job, and then working on MME and building that into what I want, and then also cultivating the time, creating the time in my schedule for me to do the things that I enjoy. Besides that, to find this balance. Like I want the career thing, but I don't want to. What I was doing before was I was sacrificing everything else in pursuit of that. And now it's kind of leveling out where it's like I'm finding that happy medium of I'm busting my ass to make this happen, and I'm finding time to do things for like my inner child, and all these other things. So I am actually going to wrap it up there. Maybe I'll do more of these. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Let me know. I mean, if you could, this would be really awesome. Let me know what you liked about this video, and if this style is what you want to see more of. And yeah, I'm going to finish cooking, because then I got to clean after this, and I fucking hate cleaning. I already said this, but I hate it. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there, y'all. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see more of, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.